Turtle Wax Ice Snow Foam Wash and Adams Mega Foam, both foam cannon soaps. They're getting a lot of attention in the detailing world right now. And in this video, I want to go ahead and break down the serious details of both of these products and show you guys the exact application. So let's go ahead and just get into the content and waste no more time. So we're starting with Turtle Wax Foam Soap, and again, it's called the Ice Snow Foam Wash by Turtle Wax. You guys can see I only used about, let's say, 4 to 5 ounces with both of these soaps. I'm trying to use about 4 to 5 ounces. Now, before anything, I'm using the Trinova Foam Cannon, just so you guys know, about 4 to 5 ounces of soap. I want to read the back as you guys see this kind of being sprayed on the paint and get your own kind of observation of it. Just want to go ahead and read the back and explain a bit about what it says. Number one, it says it's got a bubblegum scent, rinses clean for streak-free results, it's pH balanced. You know, I struggle with that term, but yeah, pH balance, you know, whatever that means. Hybrid rich foam conditioners, luxurious lather that lifts away dirt and grime. Okay, the directions say, add 1 ounce to every 16 ounces of water. For heavy foam, use up to 6 ounces per 32 ounces of water. Shake to mix, apply liberally, blah, 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 blah. So again, one of the impressive things about this particular soap is the richness of the foam. This is the kind of soap that I categorize as the more retail and what I would call middle-of-the-road foam soap. In other words, you'll see this dichotomy with foam soaps in that ones that are priced about as Turtle Wax Ice Snow Foam is priced, you'll see this phenomenon happen where they're super foamy as far as the density and the thickness of the suds. However, a lot of times the suds tend to separate and the foam falls off the paint a bit quicker than the higher end or maybe more expensive foam soap. So maybe you guys can see what I'm talking about, maybe you can't. I kind of relate it to the Purple Haze Snow Foam from Max Shine. It's kind of just a middle of the road retail foam soap. There's nothing particularly crazy about it, though I guess it could be argued there's nothing particularly crazy about any of the foam soaps. It's like they kind of just are what they are. But again, one of the main differences that I'm seeing as I used this one in particular is this one is thicker, in my opinion, than the Adams Mega Foam Soap. It's definitely thicker, it's definitely denser suds. And the temptation would be, does that make it better? Well, number one, you have to say, what do you mean by better? And number two, not necessarily, because again, part of the battle here is with the higher end foam soaps, the suds tend to stay on the paint longer, and with this Turtle Wax, you kind of see it separates. And so you end up having this really initial dense foam soap hit the paint, but it doesn't necessarily stay kind of condensed together very long, and I guess you could argue that that doesn't make it as effective as it could be. But again, I have mixed feelings about the foam soaps no matter who comes out with them anyways. A lot of me kind of argues that it's just, a lot of it is very just for show, but one of the main things I like foam cannons and foam soaps for is just application in general. I think it kind of allows you to do a sort of better form of the 2-bucket wash method, because rather than dipping your mitt back into this soap solution and getting it dirty inevitably over time, with a foam cannon you're able to just spray foam soap cleanly, never touched, kind of virgin soap on the paint every single time. And that's what I like about it. Big pro about the Turtle Wax Ice Snow Foam is, you guys can see, it's incredible foam soap as far as the thickness of the suds, and the price is fantastic. So you're getting more for your money. The Adams Mega Foam is 16 fluid ounces and the Turtle Wax is 48 fluid ounces, okay? So you're basically getting triple in the Turtle Wax Ice Snow Foam, and it's the same price, okay? So you can, you know, do the math in your head, but if you're looking for something that's going to be just a basic foam wash, it's not going to strip the wax, it's not going to strip any sealants, and you're looking to get a better bang for your buck, well, the Turtle Wax Ice Snow Foam Wash is going to do that. And in these videos, I tend to kind of split hairs, and so what I'm saying right now is like, probably stuff that people may or may not care about, but with foam soaps, it's like if you're gonna get into the nitty-gritty, you kind of have to talk in a way that's just like splitting hairs. It's like at the end of the day, both of these foam soaps are fantastic, but if I'm gonna have to make a video about it and get into what the difference is, it's like they're so similar, I have to get really, really detailed when I'm trying to see any differences. So that's kind of, you know, what I'm doing here. By the way, the Turtle Wax Snow Foam Wash can be used as just a regular hand wash, or you can put it in a foam cannon, so it's going to work both ways, and it's going to be just as sudsy and foamy in a bucket as it is, you know, with this. Again, it's got that bubblegum scent, which is nice because it doesn't hurt to breathe in or anything like that. And then on top of that, not only do you get a lot for your money, but you don't have to use a lot in order to get a lot of foam. And so again, I used probably like 5 ounces here, but I did that just kind of for video's sake. I actually used it yesterday, and I used maybe 2 to 3 ounces for the same amount of water, and I got the same amount of foam. So it's a product you can use conservatively and still get a lot of work out of. Definitely something that I would have on my shelf. And Turtle Wax, in a lot of ways in the detailing world, sometimes gets kind of a bad rep, and in my opinion, they're making a serious comeback as far as a lot of their products that they're releasing. They're not only hitting the detailing market in like a big way, but they're creating products that at the end of the day are really just doing very well and are also very reasonably priced. You can see I sprayed this foam soap all over the tires, wheels, windows, paint, all that sort of stuff. And the other thing that people always are asking about foam soaps is like, how well do they actually pull dirt off? And that is a question that I'm not even gonna approach answering, because it's like, I'm skeptical of if foam cannons even pull off a significant amount of soap on their own, or even if they actually encapsulate the dirt, if they actually start to loosen dirt at a level that is worth using it. I think that in the first place, on a fundamental level, is up for debate. But moving on to the Adams Mega Foam. The Adams Mega Foam comes in a 16-ounce bottle, like I said. It smells fantastic. I can tell you the first difference is definitely the scent is stronger, and I'm pretty sure it's a bubblegum scent as well. At least like that's what it smelled like to me when I was using it. Now, I tried to do like roughly the same amount of soap, but truthfully, I used probably like 3 ounces of the Adams Mega Foam, and I used about 5 ounces of the Turtle Wax, so I did use a bit less of the foam from Adams, but it definitely performed just as well. Now, I want to emphasize this. Adams Mega Foam, the biggest difference between these two soaps is the fact that Adams Mega Foam soap lays flatter on the paint. Now, generally speaking, I have found in my detailing experience and understanding that foam soaps that tend to lay flatter on the paint, meaning they're not as dense suds or as high suds. I might use an analogy like the low pile of a microfiber side and the high pile of a microfiber side. The Turtle Wax soap is more of a high pile. The Mega Foam is more of the low pile of the microfiber side, okay? I found that generally the foam soaps that have they lay flatter on the paint are generally higher quality. What I mean by that is they tend to provide more lubricity, and the suds tend to last longer on the paint before they start to separate and fall off, okay? So I'm not saying that Turtle Wax is not as good as Adams. I'm saying this is one of the areas where they differ, and it depends on what you're looking for as far as being able to say one is better or worse than the other, because they're kind of two different contexts, and you have to measure them within their own context. So Adams Mega Foam lays flatter on the paint. It's not as high or as dense of suds. Sometimes, if you're not very experienced, you might look at that and go, man, I just paid, you know, $16.99 for this little bottle. It's like $1 per ounce, and it's not even producing a lot of suds. Well, it is producing a lot of foam. It is producing a lot of suds. It's just laying flatter on the paint, and the truth is, again, I found that is an indication of a lot of times a higher quality foam soap. The suds tend to last longer. You guys can see there's still plenty of suds, still plenty of foam. I want to go ahead and read the back of it so you guys get their manufacturer's description. It says, Adams Mega Foam is our most concentrated pH neutral soap. It's designed for use in a foam cannon or foaming accessory to provide thick pillows of foaming lubrication to your wash surface. It prevents spotting even when washing in direct sun, all right? Now, the directions say prep 2 buckets, of course, with your grit guard, you know, like all the detailers are going to tell you to do, even though I disagree. Make all necessary checks and connections for your pressure washer, blah, 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 blah. Pour 1 to 2 ounces of Adams Mega Foam into the canister. So, apparently, you can use a little bit less of this foam soap per same ounces of water in your foam cannon. It's a bit more concentrated. That would be something that I would argue separates it as well. Okay, go ahead and screw on your foam cannon, pre-rinse the vehicle, attach Adams foam cannon or any foam cannon, and spray through the pressure wand Squeeze the pressure washer handle to spray a clinging foam solution onto the vehicle, and allow to pre-soak, helping to loosen and lift dirt. Okay, so it's the same exact directions that every other foam soap has. Hopefully you guys are getting a good look at both of these foam soaps and just seeing like the real life kind of application of it and how they look. It doesn't really get any more real than this. This is straight from the foam cannon to the car and like initial looks at both of these. Again, it becomes very difficult to highlight a bunch of differences in foam soaps because it's just like, they're so similar. You're just splitting hairs at an annoying level at the end of the day. The one thing I would say about Adams, and that I just kind of respect about Adams, is they've been able to build a really, really strong brand and charge a premium price, which I deeply respect and I think is really awesome. And at the same time, of course, they're putting out really good products as well. Turtle Wax is one of those fantastic retail grades that you can grab generally anywhere. I had to buy both of these off Amazon, but I didn't find any stores where they were available. But at the end of the day, they both worked fantastically, and I would absolutely use both, but it depends on what you're looking for. Generally, I would suggest the Adams to more of the car enthusiast and the weekend warrior and the garage detailer who details his own cars, maybe his neighbors. I would probably suggest the Turtle Wax for the professional because you're ending up, again, splitting hairs at a level, and this is just gonna get you more bang for your buck. I use the Ryobi electric pressure washer here. I'll hook up links to the pressure washer, to the foam cannon, and the soaps that I used in this video. If you guys want to check out either of these soaps, what I definitely suggest you do, because they're becoming more and more premium as time goes by in the detailing world, I'm going to hook up Amazon links to all of that stuff in the YouTube description box below. If you use my links, it does give this channel a small commission, but it does help this channel stay alive so I can keep putting out content just like this all the time. Thank you guys so much for being involved in the Wilson Auto Detailing community, and as always, from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video.